Hello Galactic family. Beloved Masters, your journey to density has been a great adventure, and it has taken thousands of years, according to your timeline. We explained how, as you went deeper and deeper into the emptiness and darkness of space, you helped fill that emptiness with light, substance, texture and shapes, as well as your most extravagant imagination. And then, according to the divine plan, you submerged in every new reality that you helped to form, so that you could experience creation in its many magnificent and diverse forms. Thus, the manifestation of solid matter began, first through the pure thought produced in the mind of the Supreme Creator, then through the mind of the Father/Mother God of each universe, and finally by his thoughts, as you went farther and farther out of the pure source of all creation. After realizing your individualized awareness, realizing that you were a divine spark of the Supreme Creator, everything you are, you knew that you were predestined to go through the great unmanifested emptiness, as emissaries of the light, because that was encoded in the depths of your immortal soul and in the core of your sacred heart. You, and all the other awakened sparks of consciousness, were destined to experience all of the wonderful diversity of creation for the Creator, our Father/Mother God and all the great beings of light, who remained in the purified realms of the Creator's light. We tell you this because we would like to emphasize how ancient and complex you are. You have come into this existence with a wealth of knowledge and a valuable and complex lineage encoded in your DNA, in your cellular structure, in your mental and emotional bodies, and also in your comprehensive chakra awareness system. You often wonder why the members of a family are so different when, from a limited point of view, they came from the same parents and from the same lineage. The lineage of his earthly family in this existence is but a tiny portion of his vast and inestimable inheritance. You have separated from your consciousness or fragmented millions of times in order to experience the great diversity of creation, and you have also reunited with many of the many facets of yourselves more often than you realize. Each time you did so, you have added more complex information and unique experiences to your memory bank. The more you turned away from the perfection of the Supreme Creator, and deepened into multidimensionality, the denser and less perfect your creations became, because you had less of the pure substance of light to work with. Therefore, there was no censorship and there should be no feelings of guilt or failure. It was a learning experience. However, now is the time for you to claim your automastery and the ability to create beautiful and harmonious things according to the original divine plan. Now that you are aware that you have the power to connect to an unlimited supply of the full spectrum of the light of the Creator, called adamantine particles of love/light, what are you waiting for? The rejection of his divine right of birth is a farce. Your higher self will not slow down on your warnings to help you awaken and claim your divine heritage. We explained how the spectrum of light and shadow was created in this universe so that you could experience duality and polarity. In the higher dimensions, for those closest to our Father/Mother God and the Great Central Sun, the spectrum of duality is very narrow. However, it became broader and more accentuated as each dimension was established until it reached what would be the ultimate duality to be experienced. You are aware that it was not established or intended that humanity should dive so deeply into duality and polarity, thus causing so much pain and suffering. The time has come for the distortions and excesses of the past to be brought back to harmony, and it is our greatest desire to help them go through this process with ease and grace. Please pay attention to our words. You are not judged and have never been judged by somebody or some being of the invisible or higher realms, you judged yourself. Under the universal laws of cause and effect, all your thoughts, intentions and actions are stored in your auric field and in your chakra system. You radiate the vibrational patterns thus created, which start from you in a pattern of infinity, and then return to you in the same frequencies and measures. In the past, many lives were often taken to reap the rewards of positive and loving action, or to face the penalties for negative or harmful actions. Therefore, for the most part, it was not obvious that the righteous were actually rewarded, and that the unrighteous also received their reward according to their deeds. Again, No being large or small is distributing rewards or punishments. The universal laws are unshakable, and the higher self itself monitors their progress or their lack by unclogging the way forward, and blessing them with great and small miracles. Or by putting more obstacles before you in the hope that you will awaken and access the spiral of ascension. Beloved ones, many of you are carrying great burdens of the past, mistakes you have made in this lifetime, and also many of the conditioned and buried memories of painful events or actions from past lives. Keeping those memories or carrying the burdens of iniquity no longer serves them. The time has come for you to allow us to help you heal the painful memories of the past, just as we are removing the distortions of the collective consciousness belief patterns of the third and fourth dimensions and bringing those dimensions back to the original duality spectrum design. As you descended into the restricted and limiting realms of consciousness, light membranes were placed around the multiple strands of your DNA, leaving only two accessible and active. The membranes of light were also placed upon his memory, around the light packages of wisdom, which are stored in his superior brain structure called the sacred mind. A veil was placed over your memory so that most of the time you could not remember your past lives, because it would be too much of a burden to remember all the mistakes and imperfections of the past. It was an act of mercy, for it proved to be difficult enough for you to forgive yourself for your mistakes and misunderstandings in this existence, even more all your deviations from the past. These restrictive membranes of light are slowly breaking down as you return to balance and harmony, and advance in the spiral of ascension and reunification. A membrane of light was placed on the back portal of the center of your sacred heart until the time came for you to begin your journey back to the higher dimensions and the realms of light. However, you and you alone have placed a protective membrane on the front vortex of the center of your sacred heart, because you suffered, were disappointed, and were often disillusioned. Slowly, but surely, through the techniques we have given you, you have undid these restrictive membranes so that love/light could flow freely to you and from you in the way that was intended. In order to access and radiate more and more the frequencies of light, you must be able to integrate and permeate yourself with these advanced vibrational patterns. We tell you that it is vitally important that you begin to radiate these transforming frequencies of light to the core of the earth, and then project them to the world in general, through the portal of the center of your sacred heart, both the front and back. Remember, we told you that when you first came to earth, you were bright, crystalline pillars of light. Slowly, as you plunged into density, you began to build a cross of matter that became increasingly heavy as your spectrum of light and shadow increased. Now you are loving those fragments you have created and bringing them back to balance and harmony as you seek and access the ever higher frequencies of light. You are in the process of becoming a cross of love/light, beloved, as your spinal chakra system is triggered, and you radiate love/light from the center of your sacred heart, in front and behind you. We have repeatedly told them to heal the past, plan the future and then live in the present moment, because this very moment is the point of tranquility or the center of power of creation. Why do not they enter the center of this spiral, in the eye of duality and polarity, where everything is calm and peaceful, and filled with the pure and rich substance of the cosmic vital force, just waiting to be shaped in its vision of the future? At this moment, as you enter the center of your sacred heart, you can experience the deep love and compassion of our Father/Mother God and the Supreme Creator. You can undoubtedly recognize that your sons and daughters are on an important mission, and that there is nothing they can say or do that will diminish that love. Remember, your emotional, mental and etheric bodies can be cured and transformed back to totality by the donation of forgiveness. Stand in front of a mirror and look into your eyes, or enter your pyramid of light and lie down on the glass table. Say to yourselves, I forgive myself for any past, present, or future action, thought or act, in this or any other reality, which was not made up of the frequencies of sacred love. I forgive everyone that I feel that you have treated me unjustly in this or any other existence, and give them back, packed in a bubble of love, all the negative memories, impacted energies and probable futures that we have created together. I ask the forgiveness angels to permeate all the facets of myself with the frequencies of love/light so that I can be concentrated in my soul and focused on my heart, as a light bearer and master of myself. Breathe deeply as you enter the center of your sacred heart. Let the pure love/light emanate through you, through your higher self. Feel the expansion in the center of your heart as this divine elixir of love permeates the depths of your being. Sacred love is what frees you from the shackles that you wove around yourself, clinging, restraining yourself and entangled in karmic interactions. When you deny this love, you are denying your inheritance and your divine right from birth. Do this exercise as many times as necessary, until you feel that you have accepted the truth that you are worthy of forgiveness. Forgiveness, which facilitates forgiveness for all others, is an essential step in the process of opening the portal to the center of your sacred heart, and your heart portal must be opened so that the connection with the many facets of yourself is successful. You need to make a concerted effort to return to harmony and balance in yourself so that you are ready to connect with your precious soul family. Their painful and unsatisfactory earthly relationships are the result of inner feelings of indignity, guilt, fear of failure and rejection. The battle between the sexes is in fact an inner battle with the self, as you project your wants and desires out to another, in the hope that it can supply what is lacking inwardly. Your relationships will surely reflect your negative energies, which you need to overcome, as well as some of the positive attributes you desire for yourself. It can be painful or satisfying, depending on how you would like to play the game of relationships. Negative physical relationships are rigid, fear-based, self-absorbed, and limiting. Sacred relationships are based on love and inspired by the Spirit, and allow each partner to integrate and express the positive attributes of their intrinsic masculine and feminine nature. They focus on wholeness and unity, yet they are flexible and allow freedom of expression. As you raise your consciousness and return to inner harmony, you will radiate more refined patterns of frequency. Consequently, you will attract those who are radiating the same frequency levels from the spectrum of divine light, and are comfortable with it. The process of reunification at the entry level of the fifth dimension involves bringing together the many facets of your soul family with whom you have made the journey for many ages, thereby once again enjoying the wonderful state of unity consciousness. Beloved ones, will not you begin the process of forgiveness now? Are you willing to make a concerted effort to open the portal to the center of your sacred heart so that these wonderful gifts can be emanated upon you? Call on us and let us help you. Remember, we are only a heartbeat and a thought away. We embrace them in sacred and unconditional love. I am Archangel Michael,